It has Chocobo racing, everyone. So I am very excited now. We're gonna watch the Rebirth, FF7 Remake 2 part of the Rebirth. And I haven't seen it yet, but I saw the image now, and it gets me really, really hyped up, guys. Because when I liked part 1, right, Remake then, it lacked one massive thing, right, that JRPG games has at plentiful, which are the minigames. It also lacked extra bosses, right? So the big issue with Remake was no Chocobo racing, no breeding, so on, right? Nothing of that stuff, right? So I haven't seen the trailer yet, because I had a party yesterday, but I saw it now then, one image, and I was like, my god, Chocobo racing is back. So this seemed to have fixed most of my issues, right? I've seen 3 images. One of this and another Chocobo flying, right? So we have the breeding, I guess, different, gold and black and so on. And another issue, of course, I hope they fix that, you might see, right, are the extra bosses. Because the gameplay, the actual fighting gameplay, combat of Remake is really good. But it was far too easy, and it lacked, again, than any extra bosses right now. Like FF10, whatever, 15 and so on. The hunts, right? Yeah, where's all the extra bosses? For that matter, 16, right, while I like the game, the biggest issue 16, unfortunately, I think is the same as in Remake, right? Yeah, there's no minigames whatsoever, right? 15 actually had, I think, a really good minigame. The fishing was really good. It also had racing and so on too, right? So, yeah, 16 is really missing in that part. Disappointing, I think. But let's watch the trailer now, and we're going to break down, of course, everything and so on. But yeah, this seemed to have fixed, I think, most of my issues, right? I get into it. So I think that's, like, I'm excited to see what they've done, right? Because that's been my biggest concern. And hopefully, from a game development standpoint, right? This hopefully is going to be easier to make because I already have all the basic codes on. But anyway, let's start watching it. So, 3, 2, 1, and go.
At least, that's what everyone's saying.
There's the sack.
This sky,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so that's me. Oh, yeah, not me, sorry.
Ready to fire, sir.
That's Junto.
Welcome to the new world.
I'm getting goosebumps though, yeah, definitely. Well, yeah. It's gonna fire against the weapon. Okay. Hopefully, have the minigame left. We have to do the formation thing. There's this part in the classic game we have to do this. So the combat in the game is really good, but there was no challenge, right? So hopefully they get much harder, and they need to have more bosses, extra bosses. That's
the same as these monsters.
okay.
Human.
So what is Sephiroth? Is it a remake, the sequel? Does feel like time traveling, right? Does feel like time. Oh, cat's it? Yeah. Number 1, the first cat's it. Yeah. Not cat's 2. Is he gonna be orangey again? Maybe. Oh, see, this is what I mean. Oh, this is what I mean. Look at this. Yes, this is what the game lacks. Segways, but it's what the game lacks. The remake, it lacked all that side stuff. It lacked the breathing. It's talking about that. They have the climbing thing and the flying thing. This is what I want to see, right? This did fix all the issues that the first had, right? It's fixing the issues the first one had.
Trust in me.
Yeah, Sephiroth, definitely. Very trustworthy. But yeah, this is Snake, of course. In the cave. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this. I wonder if Yuffie is recruited in the same way. That'd be interesting, yeah, if you have to like fight her on the sideline. I see the first trailer, right? Cat's it, of course. Well, it's Sephiroth's playable. Oh, this is the flash. This has to be the flashback when you. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, this is the flashback when you get to, well, I don't spoil too much, but yeah, the flashback thing with Sephiroth has to be that thing. There's another summon, I guess. Odin, of course. I got goosebumps here. It's great goosebumps hearing the music, man. Oh, golden saucer! Here we go. Yes, like, oh, we're gonna have some fun time now. Yes, we need to have a date. Can you kiss all the dress record earlier? Here you get the racing right. Oh yeah, and this minigame, the fighting minigame, the robot. Oh, and the car racing part. We need to have the part where you kiss a dragon. We need to have that part where Cloud is like, who do you want to kiss, Tifa or this one? No, I want to kiss the dragon woman. Yeah, I want to smash the dragon waifu.
Tutelary creatures.
Is the emerald weapon now in the water? Probably. Look at that. Oh, Vincent, my boy, favorite character 7. Oh my god. Yeah, let's break it down later, bud. Man, I'm gonna so much goosebumps.
I'm waiting.
Maybe see Vincent coming in there. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, let's break. Okay, here we have a last date, right? I'm gonna have a date next year. Oh, this last February on 2 discs. It's gonna be massive. Or you can buy Sephiroth. But yeah, let's break it down. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Let's break it down. You're gonna have a Sephiroth figure to buy, of course. But so yeah, this is exactly what I mean, right? I'm really hyped, guys, because I keep saying it. This trailer, because I already seen the Chocobo, right? Chocobo, yeah, flying and so on before I watched the video, right? They seem to fix my issue, right, with the remake mostly. So we have this is one of those like robot fights, right? Which is like you press a button. In real life, you can by the robots you can fight them and so on, right? So it's kind of what this mini game is. So yeah, they seem to have fixed again most issues, right, that I was lacking in the gameplay I was lacking in remake, right? These mini games, hopefully they have a tower defense part. That's pretty fun, I think, with rebels in the first game, and so on, right? It's a bunch of the mini games, right? And hopefully, what I didn't see here though, they didn't mention the weapon though. What I didn't see, which I'm hoping they fix right, is the bosses though. Yeah, I didn't see that. That's my biggest concern now after this remake. Otherwise, this trailer has like everything I want to see, right? Generally speaking, absolutely. Vincent and so on in the end there. The game probably ends somewhere after the Vincent and Sid, right? Yeah. No, it might be much longer to this though. I'll come later. But anyway, yeah, with the mini part. They didn't see the bosses though. They didn't see the bosses though, no. So they had that like Shinra VR, right? But I got really high for me, man, when we saw this part. Like this part here, yeah. This could be really exciting, guys. It really did, right? Because growing up playing Final Fantasy, right? 7, 8, whatever, right? And so on. It's also been a big part of the games, right? You have your Chocobos, same of course in 9, right? Where you breed them and you get different colors and they get different abilities. And I think this is like a huge part, right? I think it's a huge part of not just Final Fantasy, but generally speaking, role-playing games, especially of course JRPG games, right? To have this like, oh, you can unlock this thing. You can, for example, if you dodge, was it 200 lightning bolts, right? You get Kimari's spear, Gongir. I've done that, yeah. I've done it more than once, The classic, how to get that thing. To get Vaka's best ball, you have to win that blitz ball, so you know what I mean? This part has always been a big part of this genre, right? You have to, get your Chocobos to get Knights of the Round, of course, in FF7, right, specifically. In FF9, you get Zidane's best weapon by doing the Chocobos, mostly. That's the best reward, basically, from it. You also get to Osma, so one, I guess. Yeah, you need to get to Osma by having Chocobos too, that's true. But you can get Zidane's Ultima sword like really, really early in FF9. Only in a few hours if you do the mini quest. That even one shot every enemy. So side note. But I get my point. It's a lot of this stuff, right? So that's why FF7 Remake was somewhat of a failure, because it like, they had the characters, it had the gameplay, it had the story, right? But it really lacked what I would say is the fleshed out FF game, right? Because, they have bigger bodies and so on. That being said though, I keep saying, I like 16, right? It's a pretty good game. Got the collectible edition here, but I do think 16 is unfortunately the second issue, right? Absolutely, I definitely won't give 16 a 10 out of 10 because of its issue having nothing of this at all, right? Same issue as Remake, really unfortunate, right? But so I'm just being, I guess, consistent here. I don't be a negative Nancy, but I think it's very unfortunate, right, that they have removed, I guess, the world exploration, right? In 16 and so on. Yeah, you run around the map. Doesn't feel for fantasy in that sense. No, you want to have the airship, you want to fly around and so on, yeah. Unfortunately, right? But this game here, again then, Rebirth here, it seems to really nail all those classic stuff, right? We also had, of course, the racing part and also the fighting part, and you have the whole golden saucer, right? So all that stuff, right? Here, of course, we have, it has to be Emerald Weapon, right? I think so. T-Fights for me now, there's like Mako, Emerald Weapon stuff, so that's interesting. And as I mentioned earlier, I hope they add some weapons, right? If I was working on the game, what I would have done probably is have add some weapons as extra bosses, It would be pretty easy to write in some other weapons. Not just Ruby and Emerald, I mean, like, I don't know, Sapphire. What is it? That one is Diamond, yeah. But you get my point. Lapis Lazuli, you get my point, yeah. Jade. You get my point. You can add in, like, some other weapons as extra bosses. That would be what I would have done to add that. Because, like I said earlier, while I really liked the combat system of Remake, it was really, really easy. Even on hard, it was just way too easy. 16 also has an issue though. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, it's so negative. I love the fantasy, but I do find it unfortunate that both these games have too easy as an issue, yeah. And you have to unlock, hard mode. That is stupid. Well, that's one thing though, Jesus Christ, yeah. Hopefully this game has you can play hard mode immediately. I hate that you have to unlock hard mode in the first one. I think that's stupid in every video game, Unless the hard mode is incredibly different, right? Like they're spawning like a lot of other enemies or whatever. Then I get a fight, like a completely different fighting mode. But normal speaking, no, you should have hard mode immediately. What more happened? We have Sephiroth discovering. We had Sephiroth being playable, definitely. This is a beautiful image here, yeah. So they has to be in the flashback, right? Said earlier, Sephiroth's coming in there, and so when you get up to Vincent and so on. Two things I really wonder. This is obviously the flashbacks. I'll be pretty play for straight, but I do wonder definitely how they have make a Yuffie and Vincent, right? So I'm gonna spoil it a bit here then, assuming you never played the game before, but it's not a big spoiler. But basically they are different, right? So let's talk about it a little bit. Let's jump to Vincent. He's like jumping up somewhere here in the beautiful end. Let's see. We have Tifa swimming. Where's Vincent? He had like one frame. My boy Vincent, yeah, he was very, very briefly. Here it is. Yeah, he jumps up here, yeah. So Vincent is my favorite character, right? He's a zombie character. He's my favorite F7 character. Vincent, you can miss him. You know what I mean? You can miss Vincent. I do think some, yeah. The first question is if you can miss Vincent and Yuffie, all right? Yuffie has a lot of screen time in this trailer, and also the previous trailer, and they also added her right to the what's called interlude version, I believe it's called, right? So I doubt that you can miss Yuffie. They're gonna probably write her in for straight, right? But in the original game, because it's spoiled them. In the original OG game, right? Yuffie is a random encounter after the snake, and in the last trailer we see that area. Links to my previous review and reaction to that trailer, right? So talk about that in the trailer. So you probably meet Yuffie somewhere around the area anyway. I don't think they will change like where you get Yuffie. Probably not. Maybe because there's a bigger part now in the older like the DLC bit. But still, I don't know. I feel it's gonna be the same place, roughly speaking, right? But anyway, I doubt though that you can miss her, right? So in OG game, like I said, random encounter, you can actually just not meet her, right? And if you pick her up, she will join your party, of course. You know, yada yada, and then she will betray you, right? I can spoil that. She will betray you later, and then leave you. And you have to get her back eventually. It takes you materia. The classic Yuffie betrays you scene, right? You does Yuffie, and if you don't pick her up in the first time, she then will come and like basically rob you anyway. And then you like get your materia back, and then you get her. So you won't have the betrayal scene, I guess. You know, if she basically is not picked up earlier, right? Which makes it a little less like whatever. So I think they will have her like join you. Probably can't avoid her, right? And then of course the betrayal scene will be a bigger thing as well and so on. I think they're gonna play it more straight like that. But Vincent, you can miss him too. Then you have to get like his password or so on to open up his coffin, right? I wonder if they're gonna miss. Yeah, the thing is that now then with the game has more cutscenes. Like we see here, Vincent popping up. We get the cutscene. We get all this good stuff, right? I really do doubt it though. It feels more like, you know, it feels weird, right? If you're gonna have Vincent like not be a like guaranteed recruiter, so to speak, because they're spending more time on this stuff. I don't know. But Vincent has a lot of storyline too. I mean, honestly, to be that guy, but Yuffie doesn't have as much. I mean, Vincent has a lot more, how to say, integrated story part of it, with Sephiroth and Hodyu and so on. Yuffie is kind of like, you know, a character. Honestly, Yuffie is a cute ninja girl, yeah. Doesn't have that much storyline, honestly. Vincent is definitely more important for the main story. So I think you probably can't miss him either. But, that being said, as I said lastly in the video, guys, I actually hope you can miss him though. Because I think that's the charm of the older games, you know. I don't know, some people hate that, but I think it's a good charm in the older games that you actually can miss characters. I guess I miss that, right? I was like an old angry man, but I miss that I feel that, like, you know, video games today basically will never let you miss that stuff. But think about it, FF7 was interesting. You could miss like a full character, yeah. You could miss the whole character. That's never gonna happen probably. Imagine that happening in 16, you know. Never gonna happen, right? 16 is like hand-holding you like crazy, right? It's 16, you can press the button, you know. You can press or you can press this, you know, and it will direct you to go to the right place. Yeah, you can't miss anything in that game. But anyway, yeah. No, I really like this trailer. It's really promising. Like it seems to have everything, right? I keep saying it, but it seems to fix, I think, more or less everything that the previous game didn't have. The only thing I don't like, I guess, is it's coming out way later than we hoped, you know. I suppose, right? It was like the last February. It's like, yeah, like leap year February. It's coming out really late though. I heard. What I heard earlier was it was perhaps going to come out in December, but now it's like last February. That is not only early February. It's like last February. So it's still like 6 months left though. Something like that. Was it 9 now? Half a year? How it feels right? Yeah, like the last February. Disappointing. And almost 6 months. Yeah, it's like 5. Yeah, whatever. 5.5. But yeah, that is that's disappointing though. 2 discs though. So the game is gonna be half your hard drive on your PS5. Definitely. Okay, please subscribe, press the like button, and check out my video yesterday then. Yesterday I talked about modern gaming's like gameplay over graphics, I guess. That way I have summarized video. But I think I have a great day.